Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. Okay, we're going to try this one out, find out what all the unlockers are for. They aren't assisting in any medical proceedings. Carrying birds. You put your question. Rosina glances over at the cluster of men and women. Her expression is black. The emotion that ought to be there have been controlled or wiped away. There are certain idiotic sects, she says. People who want to suffer what I have. They follow me around, hoping to be infected by my conflagration. Yeah, weirdos, alright. We gained 1 Aunt Rosina's acquaintance. New total is 3. Okay, that's good. So a lot of this stuff is locked behind what? Unlocked with 1 Drowny Song in Counterpoint, Drowny Love Song, Drowny Hymn, and then you need Low Bard Storyteller 7. Okay, so this is all to do with kind of gathering stories and stuff, so that's kind of nice. We're going to wait to increase our hearts to make this one a bit easier before we try it, I think. So then we're finished with Rosina's thing for now. So Rosina, we'll see you again in the future. Leave the sick chambers. The staircase. The way is steep. Upcut stone stairs. Sometimes it becomes a ladder rather than a staircase at all. After the first few flights, you can no longer hear the murmurs of conversation in the sick room. Okay, and what about shops? We could buy some fuel, it's not that expensive. We could buy some ambiguous eolith, which we needed for, where was it? I can't remember. Somewhere else anyway, but we're not going to do that. I think it might have been the Chapel of Light or somewhere out that way, but we're not doing, I don't think we're going to do any of these. So it's time to depart, I feel. Right, so let's go. Let's get ready to surface, because giant spider arseholes. Okay, so we've been to Anth. We're going to have to head on back to let the guy know that we delivered a letter, but we still have stuff to do. So we're going to come down to Godfall, Dahut, Polythreme, Port Cecil, and then we'll go up to the Ragged Crow to let him know. So let's get going. So I have a bit of good news from the point of view of my computer, which I believe mentioned in the past, where it's been turning itself off a lot, and that is that for as a combined Christmas and birthday present, my wife has ordered the part that I need, which is a new we're gonna fight you. Okay, let's just get straight in. Yes, so she's ordered, well, I actually ordered it, but she's gonna pay for it, and I need to replace the motherboard because I've basically tracked it down to that's what's causing it to keep shutting off. So because of that, yeah, because of that, I need to replace it. So she's ordered it. So it means that I'll have that by the end of this month. Yeah, well, probably by the time that you're actually watching this, considering like I'm recording this a bit ahead. So I should have the new part, and I'll be able to install it and stuff in, and then hopefully, I won't have problems where, my PC just kind of shuts off on its own, and I lose footage, and I kind of lose the will to record stuff because it gets to the point where, you know, if I'm going to record for a long session and then just lose everything, then I'm less motivated to do it, you know. So like, this is the first time I recorded this game in a while, because I normally record it in big batches. And what I'm doing this time is I'm actually I'm recording them one at a time, even though I'm recording in a batch. Instead of recording, normally what I do is record the batch and then edit it and just split it up into the different episodes, because it's a lot easier to do it that way, because there's only one. I don't need to sync audio one time, and then it's just, I can see from the audio then where the cutoff points are for each episode, and it's a lot faster for me to do that. But because of the issue I'm having, what I'm have to do is to record each episode and then stop my recording and then save everything and then start a new one, because that way if my PC does shut off while I'm recording, I only lose one episode and not, you know, 4 or 6 or 8 or 10 or wherever many I was doing in the batch up until that point. So that's, as I said, that's a bit of good news. But let's have a look here. So we can talk to them of blood. Yeah, I'm going to do this because we have 3 of them. Offer them a hunting trophy as a gift for their collection. Louder, ever louder. The trophy inspires the monks to feast of bragging. This one broke a giant albino moiray's neck. That one wrestled a heptachir. A third punched his way out of a bound shark. A fourth, and so on. You are largely forgotten, but there are truths of note in among all the tipsy boasting. Okay, so again, memory distance shore, and a Z story, and a fragment, and a tale of terror, and we lose the hunting trophy. Then we're going to talk to him shouting, because we get a report that way. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell on the roof. When it fell, few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. I know I read that every time I come here. Every time it amuses me. Just kind of picturing them, you know, getting all kind of coy and changing the subject as quickly as they can. It's just a great mental image to have. Right, so there are no shops here. We're gonna leave once he's kind of gone a bit further. Go on, go somewhere else, buddy. We check our map, so we need to get around to that hut. So, kind of waiting, just waiting for him to decide which direction he's going to go. Instead of just circling around. Come on, make a bloody decision, buddy. Just go away. If you don't, we're just going to come out and kill you. Okay, there he goes. Or maybe not. I think he's just circling back the other way now. We're going to leave here and just go. Oh, and then he decides to leave. Well done. Okay, well, we can slow down now. Okay, that hut is just over here, so hopefully be able to dive pretty soon. There we go. Oh, it's around this way. Okay. It's a real pity that Sunless Skies, from everything I've read and heard, it's just not up to the quality of this game. Because otherwise, that would automatically have been the game that I played once I stopped playing this. So we better slow down a bit. Slow down a lot, actually, because we're in a bit trouble. The temperature changes abruptly. Your helmsman complains about goosebumps. That was a bit of a struggle to get in there that time. Okay, that hut. Almost impossible challenge. Yeah, well it's 0, so that it's not almost impossible, it is impossible. Oh yeah, we have to give them a story here, right? We don't have a recent news, so we can't stay a while. No, we'll just leave them to it. I don't want to get in any trouble. Let's get ourselves back up. Poor dead crab over there. But then you got to think, like, what killed it? Okay, so we're going to polythreme. So then we're going to go around. I feel this side of the island would be the best way, yeah. Unless you bump into something that's going to kill us, and then it's going to be, yeah, probably wasn't the right choice. Oh no. Ah. Okay, we took the hull damage. And the reason I took the hull damage was because I was desperately trying to avoid accumulating another terror. And we did just about avoid it, but hitting it might have given us a terror anyway. Everybody going, what the hell was that? A row of watchful sea-bats perch on the ship's railings, their heads swivel in unison as you cross the deck. Okay, polythreme. Cured sharpness we got. That might be nice. Let's gather intelligence first though. What news is from polythreme? What lives? The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He is never seen, he makes no treaties with other lands, but there is unrest in the air. The clay men you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not, the maimed, the rebellious, the unfinished. Okay. We shall take some clay men to deliver to London. Are they passengers or cargo? They're certainly the easiest passengers imaginable, unless, just unless, one turns out to be an unfinished man. They troop aboard. Each one lies down in its appointed position, next to the other, nested snugly, head by foot. We are for London, one explains to you. Okay, well, thank you for that. We won't get an audience with the king. We will do this, though. Enough time, polythreme, and your sharpness will dissolve back to flesh. Warm and flexible again. The blood flows, the flesh bends. Your discipline and skill decrease. Your desire and feeling return. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. And we won't do shore leave. We will quickly check shops. We don't need wear clay. We already have it. And the other stuff is just selling, so not going to do anything with that. We're going to leave, and then our next port of call is Port Cecil. Okay, let's get there. So we're no longer sharp. Let's say we're dulled at the moment. We're getting closer and closer to point where we're going to have a showdown with the Lorn Fluke as well. And the thing is, from what I've read, we need to kill 2 Lorn Flukes. So killing one, maybe we can do it. Maybe, with a big question mark. 2, that's a big ask, I feel. The air trembles, a breath of change passes. Okay, let's head across this way. Now is the big eel thing, the moray or wherever it is, hanging around? Not for the moment. Oh, there he is up there. Okay, let's pop in here. Port Cecil. Ah, we had the checkered character as well. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle, that one a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic, imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque, organic chaos. In that curious silvery light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Okay, let's drop off the checkered character. He waits eagerly by the rail. He lifts his head to inhale. I can already smell the chess, he announces. Thank you, farewell. He says neither of these things. He drops a sweaty bundle of banknotes in your hand and hurries off up the hill, fingers twitching to begin a game. Game players, eh? Okay, an extra move. I don't think this actually... Let's see. As you reach the crossroad in Port Cecil, the voice whispers, pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of the cottage, rather than a mitre bishop indeed. Rather like a mitre bishop, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. But this generally doesn't lead anywhere, right? A stronger silver. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Irregular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here. And it grows stronger with each step downwards. Yep, and then we just have to leave. Okay, so I'll figure that out at some point. I think it's part of what we're doing though. Let's gather some intelligence. What happens here? Chess, dreams, silver light. The old inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral incrustations like a disease, spotted with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbour, to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the neat, dream, open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away, the Khanate's work, the smuggler's wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Okay, and we're not going to gather Scintillac. I think we're pretty much done. Yeah, unless you want to do that one. Sea laps around. No, I don't really want to do that one. So let's end that one there. So hope you enjoyed and hope to see you all next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.